Hi, I'm Rachel, and I recently went a whole year of COVID and life and didn't take a drink. And it's not easy. And I don't look like your typical alcoholic, but I am. I struggle. I am single, divorced twice, no kids, no job. Life's been tough, you know. I'm 40 now, and I spent the last 40 years of my life trying to live based on how my parents told me to live, what I was told in school, what the church told me to do. I thought my role was to, you finish high school, you go to college, you get married, you have children. And when I finished high school and I didn't want to go to college, and when I got married because I thought I was supposed to and didn't have kids, and then divorced, I thought I was a failure. I thought I was a failure when I didn't go to college. So I started drinking. And the bottle became my only friend. So I'm starting this video, and I started this YouTube channel to reach out to other people so that we don't have to be alone anymore. Despite COVID, you don't have to be alone. I intend to put videos out about how to have fun sober. I intend on putting out videos on how to live and make it through the day and love your life. I've lived the past 40 years of my life trying to survive. Survival. Just make it through the end of the day. Just have enough to drink to get to sleep. Just survive until the weekend. Just survive until you retire. Life doesn't have to be about survival. Life can be about living. And I want to start this community to bring people together of like minds that want to learn. I'm doing this on YouTube because YouTube has helped me learn. When I'm home alone at night, I can search. I can search for what to do when you're lonely. I can search for what to do when you're depressed. I can search for what to do when you have anxiety. And I thought, why not have a video where you could search on how to be sober? Society puts so much weight on being ashamed of being an alcoholic, and there's something wrong with you. You can't take a couple of drinks. You can't drink with us normally. You don't have children. What do you mean you don't want? Why don't you have children? When are you gonna have children? Oh, you're divorced. Oh, you're single. There must be something wrong with you, right? Absolutely not. You know what? Life deals some cards, and sometimes things don't happen, and it's okay. I want to put a message out that says it's okay. It's okay to be single. It's okay to be sober. It's okay not to drink. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why society doesn't want to talk about things like that. And I want to talk about things like that. I think it should be out in the open more. I think we all need to get more educated. Education has helped me through this last year. How do you stay sober through COVID? You reach out. You learn. You talk to other people of like minds and realize that there's nothing wrong with you. It's normal. There's other solutions than drinking to get to sleep. I've had more fun being sober than ever, but I had to not be scared. I had to really put myself out there. I had to grow some self-esteem, and I had to open my mind to thinking other than what I was drilled in my head, who I was supposed to be, what I was supposed to do, how I was supposed to look, how I was supposed to act, and then I failed at that, and I failed at that, and I failed at everything. 2 years ago, if my coworker hadn't alerted my father that I was resigning my job, I would be dead. That was it for me. That was it. I didn't have a job. I was divorced. I didn't have any kids. What a failure, right? According to what I was told. and what society thinks. So my video is how to stay sober. First, the fact that you're here and you've been listening for 5 minutes means that you want to be sober and that you're willing to take the time to watch this video, read the comments, listen to what somebody else has to say on how they did it. You're on the right track. You're on the right track just being here and watching this video and not being out at a bar or, looking for your next fix or drink. So stay busy. My number one tip for staying sober is staying busy. And there's plenty of ways to do that. You're doing it now. Facebook is a good one. You could get on there. There's a lot of forums. Sober women, sober bikers, sober volleyball, sober softball. I recently, found myself with a lot of time on my hands, and I don't feel safe being home alone all the time. I'm honest, and that's okay. So I joined a softball team as a free agent, and your local city recreation office will let you sign up for the softball team for the city of Scottsdale, for example. I just signed up as a free agent. I was just looking for something to do. God put me somewhere that's outside and fun and doesn't involve drinking. You have to relearn a new way of life. And I joined that team and I showed up, and it turned out the 9 other people that showed up that night at that game, they were also free agents, and nobody knew anybody. And I was able to put myself out there and say, you know what, guys, this is it. I mean, that just happened recently because COVID has been releasing restrictions, but there's still some restrictions on softball, for example, so some sports are starting to open up a little bit. The things you can do from home to stay sober is to join meetings. They're on Zoom. There are a lot of meetings that are specific to who you are, like male, female, and I don't necessarily mean like AA necessarily. There's a lot of different groups out there. If you're tired of hearing the AA thing, or if you've tried the AA thing and it doesn't work, there are many other forms of groups that you can join that are non-religious. You can Zoom in, you can unmute yourself and speak up and say hi, you can put your name in a chat. The main thing is just to stay super vulnerable. You gotta put your name out there. You gotta put your name and say, and I used to just live, and I used to live alone, and I used to not leave my room, and I never spoke up. I never said anything. You've got to say something. Like, that's another tip. You have to speak up. You have to say, hey, I'm lonely, or hey, I could use some help, or hey, can somebody call me? I'm not feeling so good today. That's it. There's so many Facebook forums that you can go on, and that are, like, for my case, for example, I moved out of that square dark apartment once upon a time, and I don't know much about life, but I do know that I like to be outside. So I saved up some money and I bought an RV by myself. Just me, 7,500 pounds. I had to get a truck, and I've never driven a truck before. But now I'm living an unconventional lifestyle that a lot of people frown upon. RV parks, there's something wrong with me because I want to live in an RV. I gotta tell you, it's great. I'm doing this video outside. It's beautiful. I'm looking at nature. I don't have a lease signed. I can literally just hitch this thing up and be like, I'm out of here. Let's go find some trees. Let's go find a lake. So that's one way I can still say, in COVID, you can still stay kind of isolated in your own space, is in an RV. I also have a pet. A pet is a very good way during COVID to have some company. I don't have the traditional pet. There's not a dog or cat person. I have a parrot, and that parrot is my pal, and that parrot is there at night, to give me a kiss and tell me that she loves me. Well, not in the exact words, according to my brother, doesn't count, but I hear it. It's just nice to have that pet, there's even a conspiracy theory that the pets created the COVID, right? So everyone would have to stay home and they would get all the love and attention they needed. So maybe a pet if you don't have one, or maybe more time with your pet. It's also a great way to spend some sober time. This is how I'm spending my sober time. I found a way to stay sober today by throwing my phone up in my awning. Little catch there, because I'm trying to live life without a physical person here to help me. But it's great. I gotta tell you guys, once I got over that shame of what society put on me for being 40, divorced, no children, no job, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck it. You know what? Go outside. That's how you stay sober during COVID. Go outside. There's so many things to do outside, besides just hike and walk and admire things and get some fresh air. Or there's books. Another tip is you can go online and there's just so many books you can read that are just, and you'll forget about your life for like a day if you start digging into a good book. I don't know of you, but I can't put it down, and then I don't get anything done. So anyway, I'm just winging it through life right now. I wake up in the morning and I don't drink, and everything else after that is just a bonus in my life, to be able to stand here doing this. So thanks for helping keeping me sober. Subscribe and like my video so we can get that community of people going on YouTube. There's just not a lot of, I don't know why people are so ashamed to want to reach out and talk about getting sober and needing help. And so stay tuned, because I plan on making videos and putting some information out there on YouTube, because there's not a lot, and I want to see a big sober community on YouTube. So stay tuned for a video on how to have sober fun. Thanks.